You're kind, compassionate, a person who knows right from wrong. But what if I told you there's a force, a psychological phenomenon that could turn even the best of us into the worst version of ourselves? It's not magic. It's not some supernatural curse. It's called the Lucifer Effect, a concept that reveals how ordinary people, just like you and me, can commit extraordinary acts of evil. The term was coined by Dr. Philip Zimbardo, a psychologist whose infamous Stanford Prison Experiment shocked the world. In 1971, Zimbardo transformed the basement of Stanford University into a simulated prison environment. 24 college students, carefully selected for their mental stability, were recruited and randomly assigned the roles of guards or prisoners. The plan was simple. Observe how people adapt to these roles over 2 weeks. But the results were anything but ordinary. The guards, dressed in uniforms and sunglasses to project authority, quickly began asserting their dominance, enforcing strict rules. Prisoners wearing plain clothing and referred to only by numbers were made to feel powerless. What unfolded next was far more sinister than anyone could have anticipated. Some guards began to misuse their authority, imposing harsh and dehumanizing rules. Meanwhile, prisoners began showing signs of extreme stress, some breaking down emotionally, others withdrawing completely. And what did Zimbardo do? Well, immersed in his role as the prison superintendent, he failed to recognize the ethical line that had been crossed. After just 6 days, less than half of the planned 2 weeks, the experiment was terminated when an outside observer raised alarms about the participants' well-being. But the question remains, what made this happen? Were the participants inherently cruel, or was it the environment and the roles they were given that brought out these behaviors? This isn't just about one experiment. The Lucifer Effect forces us to examine how situations of power, authority, and group dynamics influence behavior. It helps explain events in history, from the horrors of war to the dynamics of workplace bullying, and why good people sometimes make bad choices. Does this mean you're destined to fall prey to the Lucifer Effect? Not necessarily. So what can we do? How can we resist? The answer lies in awareness, accountability, and courage. And don't forget to always ask yourself, how often have you stayed silent in the face of wrongdoing? How often have you followed orders without questioning them? Knowing how these forces work is the first step to breaking free from their grip. Understanding this could be the difference between being a victim of the system or rising above it. You see, the Lucifer Effect isn't just about them. It's about us. It's about the fragile line we all walk between light and darkness. Under the right conditions, or perhaps the wrong ones, anyone can step over that line. The truth is, we all have the capacity for both good and evil. But awareness is the first step to change. By recognizing these forces, questioning authority, and standing firm in our values, we can resist the pull of darkness. The Lucifer Effect isn't just a story of how good turns evil. It's also a reminder of how good can prevail if we choose it. The power to resist, to rise above, is within all of us. Because in the end, it's not just about avoiding the darkness. It's about finding the strength to bring light to the world. If this video got you thinking about the shadows within and the forces that shape human behavior, let's keep the conversation going. Don't forget to hit that like button if you found this insightful. It really helps support the channel. Share your thoughts in the comments below. What's your take on the Lucifer Effect? And what other topics do you think we should dive into next? Your ideas could shape our upcoming videos. And if you're new here, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next deep dive into the fascinating and sometimes unsettling corners of human psychology. Thanks for watching. And remember, stay curious, stay thoughtful, and most importantly, stay questioning.